and then their sexual market value is so low, they end up picking up some single mother with 8 kids and playing second daddy.
That's where I was going to go next. Yeah.
I want to stop you there really quickly.
Okay.
Because I've said this before, and everyone thinks I'm the worst man in the world. Mm-hmm. I have absolutely zero interest in a child that's not mine. That's the truth. If someone goes, "Oh, what if you couldn't have kids? Would you adopt?" Truthfully, no. I have zero interest. What's the fucking point? Like, I know that sounds crazy. There's orphans and whatever. I have less than zero interest in a child that's not mine. I can't explain how much I won't care. And if that makes me a bad person, so be it. This is just the reality of who I am. I just won't give a fuck. It ain't mine.
Have you put that out there on the internet? And what was the response when you did that?
People lost their fucking minds. Mm-hmm. People were like, "Whoa, what kind of man are you? What kind of person? You're not grown up. You're not real man. You're not this. You're not that." Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, you can call me whatever you want, but I understand that I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud that I'm Andrew Tate, and I want my genetics to be passed on. I want to give them all my energy and time. I don't want to pass my energy and time to other genetics. Why would I? Mm-hmm. I mean, in fact, I know we shouldn't look at animals purely from an evolutionary, you shouldn't look at humans purely from an evolutionary animal standpoint, but there are two sides to humanity. There's the evolutionary standpoint of how we've evolved as animals, and there's the societal standpoint. Mm-hmm. But if you look at us, look at what a lion does. A lion will turn up, get a chick, and kill the cubs that ain't his. He don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ain't his. So you think, I'm not saying you go that far, but I'm certainly not sitting there fucking changing diapers for something that ain't mine.
Me personally, right? So I won't date a girl who's older than 25. And that's not even about bro, I won't. Bro, I'm 35 and I got more millions than my fucking age. I'm playing games, right? So I get to choose what I fucking want. Yeah, and I'll take me to the reason.
Why won't you do it?
Because people will say, "Oh, you're a pervert." Let me tell you the actual reason. It's nothing to do with the fact that she's more fertile and I could easily knock her up. It's nothing to do with the fact that even she's better looking, because there's some beautiful girls who are older.
Yeah.
But the younger a girl is, the less bullshit she's been through with men and the softer she is as a person. The problem is when you get a girl who's 30, how many dicks have been through her? And I'm not even worried about the dicks been through her. How many times has her heart been broken? How many times she had arguments that she's jaded? It's hard to get some genuine feminine softness out of a woman who's 30 and single. She's been through the fucking track. She's been through too much. We talk about a man's been through trauma. Any bitch that's 30 and single's been through it. She's fallen in love. She's been cheated on. She got fucking eloped on. Dude disappeared at the wedding.
She probably thought she was going to have a kid and be married by 28.
Yeah.
So now she's 2 years past that shit. She's frustrated.
She's pissed. The guy she thought he was going to be with fucked her sister. She's upset at life. And when she gets with you, you're just another one. You're a man too. They're a bit angry.
Yeah.
When you get the young one. Well, she had her heart broken once. I was like, yeah, it's because he's a boy. You ain't with a man yet.
Okay.
Boom, yeah, I love you. It's a happier experience. It's not even about how they look.
Okay.
My point is, so this is why I like younger women, because they're not jaded.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. Like, I asked you the question.
Sure.
So,
so sorry to interrupt you. And what's going to happen is when people see this, there's always going to be some old hoe going. When I say old, I mean like 28. Should be sitting there going, "You're not a real man. Because you're a real man, you can handle a strong woman." Yeah. You know what? I don't even talk to old hoes, so don't even fucking tell me, because I don't care what you think, because I don't want you. So just you think what you want over there.
But here's the thing, and I think this is why. So I think women are looking, if they're listening to this and they're hearing what you're saying, they're like, "Fuck." If you're saying that, like, at 28, if we haven't gotten some shit already locked down, we might be a little fucked up. You're basically saying we lost the DNA lottery. Because, like, so now this is why they're going to say misogynistic, right? They're like, because we weren't born a male, we're so disadvantaged, we can't fucking win. We just have to basically go lay down the sword and be someone's bitch.
And this
so the question I would have to you is, how the fuck do you win as a woman?
That's a very good question. And I'm going to say something now, because there's a lot of men out here who complain about women. And when I hear men really complain about women, it almost has a tinge of, the men who are complaining don't see it. But what I identify is a slight tinge of jealousy. When they're like, "Well, you know what, you women, you get to do this and this and this, and I can't do that and that and that." And I'm like, you almost sound like you're jealous of the bitch, right? I can do anything a girl can do anyway. I really think being born as a woman would be a tragedy. I can't imagine life. It would fucking suck, because everything I enjoy about life.
What would you tell a daughter, though?
I would tell my daughter, look, there's balance in the universe. You don't want somebody like daddy, but you don't want no bitch. You're going to get a guy who's like 50-50, and you're going to tie his ass down with a kid around 22, 23.
So you would tell her to trap him?
I tell her that family is the most important thing in the world, and as a woman, your imperative should be trying to find a man who can provide for a family. And have
at 22?
Bro, at 22. What the fuck is a female career?
I don't know. But suppose that guy leaves her.
Correct. That's a possibility, right? And that's what I'm talking about, the balance. But I really do believe there's nothing. Maybe you can correct me on. I don't think men leave women very often unless the woman is really pushing for it. If you had a woman and she was basically pleasant all the time, even if you fucked off and fucked all the bitches and came back 13 days later,
so she has to tolerate.
She has to tolerate that. Life as a woman is about tolerance. You need to get a guy. And this once again comes from my world travels, right?
This is where they get tight at you. Tolerance.
They're getting mad. But listen, I know girls in listen, I was in Russia. The friend of the girl I was dating, she was married to a billionaire, a billionaire.
A fucking B.
And she came out with us for lunch, but she had to go home because she had to be home by 6 because her security wanted her home by 6. She had rules because the billionaire, right? And she said, I see my man once a month. But you know what? I love him and my bills are paid and I have a nice car and I have a nice life. And I just have to accept that this is the life I'm taken care of. And she was just, this is what I signed up for. And my life is good. I ain't got no stress.
Where's she from?
She's Russian.
In America, it says you could have all that. Plus, you could do what the fuck you want.
Yeah. And that's what they're trying to convince these women. And then they run around and be hoes. They end up with none of it. And they end up depressed. And then they end up on Xanax to go to sleep. And that's why, because they it's true, bro.
Nah, I'll be honest with you.
That's true. They're like, oh, I get to have a fucking rich man. I get to go out with my girls whenever I want. And no one tell me what to do. And I get to fuck everyone. And I get to have this best guy. And that dream world bullshit. You need to accept the reality. You need to some degree make an exchange. You have to accept and say, okay, there's pros and cons to each situation. But if I had a daughter, I would much rather her be in the situation of that Russian woman with a billionaire, taken care of, with family, at home, safe, than out here on the streets